Dear friend, this is Krish. In present video, I am going to discuss about some basic principles and features of Indian Constitution. So, Indian Constitution is the supreme law of India, defines the government fundamental political values, policies, processes, powers, rights and duties. It conveys constitutional supremacy and not parliamentary supremacy, because it is not established by the parliament but by constituent assembly initially and adopted by its citizen with a regulation in its preamble. So the Constitution of India is the lengthiest constitution in the world. It has 395 articles, 22 parts, 8 schedule initially, but in present time it has one preamble, 25 parts, 12 schedules, 5 appendices and 448 plus articles and more than 101 amendment. Okay. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of drafting committee, also known as the father of Indian Constitution, due to great contribution for framing of Indian Constitution. Okay. At that time, Bharat Ratna Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the President of India. All parties conference convened committee in Lucknow the Constitution of India, which was known as Nehru Report. Okay, most of the colonial India was under British rule from 1857 to 1947, and from 1947 to 50 the same legislation continued to be implemented, as in India was a dominion of British for these 3 years. Dominion means a special state. Okay, special states status of Britain of these 3 years, as each princely states was convinced by Sardar Patel and V.P. Menon to sign the articles of integration with the sign the annexation of sign the integration with India. Okay, basically combining states, and the British government continued to responsible for the external security of the country. The Constitution of India repealed the Indian Independence Act 1947 and Government of India Act 1935 when it became effective 26 January 1950. India ceased to be this article of the Constitution came into force 26 November 1949, and the remaining article became effective on 26 November 1950. So the Constitution was drawn from a number of sources. Mindful of India's need a condition, its framer borrowed features of previous legislation such as the Government of India Act 1858 and Indian Council Act 6192, 909, Government of India Act 1919 and 1935 also. Indian Independence Act 1947. So the framing of Indian Constitution, it is a great source of Indian Constitution, many articles and many features. That is Indian Government of India Act 1935. Yes. After that, Indian Constitution was adopted 26th of November 1949, but came into the effect on 26 January 1950. Also celebrated Republic Day of India, and the Assembly approved it. The chairman of drafting committee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, is generally regarded as the architect of Indian Constitution. After the Constitution was adopted, the Union of India became the modern and contemporary Republic of India. It proclaimed India as a sovereign, democratic republic. Okay, sovereign means some prabhutva, democratic, which is the term comes from the word democracy, loktantra. Republic. Okay, in republic is a type of it means basically the head of a state is elected indirectly in India. Okay, the constitution provided a parliamentary form of government to India. It also promised to every Indian citizen justice, liberty and equality. Okay, there are six fundamental rights to the Indian citizen. First, right to freedom. Second, right to equality, right to cultural and educational freedoms. Fourth is right to constitutional remedies. Okay, also called this in Article 32. It is also honored with the heart and soul of the Constitution by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Fundamental right, that is 4. After that, fundamental right 5, right against exploitation, शोषण के विरुद्ध अधिकार, right to freedom of religion, धार्मिक स्वतंत्रता का अधिकार. ओके ना. The right to data privacy has also recently been applied to the fundamental rights. To ensure constitutional, its framers repealed prior acts of the British Parliament in 390, Article 395. Okay, India celebrates its constitution on 26th of January as Republic Day. The constitution declares India as a sovereign, socialist, secular (SSS) and democratic republic, assures its citizens justice, equality and liberty, and endeavors to promote fraternity. The original 1950 constitution is preserved in helium filled case at the Parliament House in New Delhi. Yes, the word secular and socialist were added to the preamble by 42nd Amendment Act 1976 during the emergency. After that, salient features of the Indian Constitution, just like secularism in Hindi, this means dharma nirpeksh, that means all the religion before the laws or the constitution are same. Okay, that means have same right. India is a secular country, although the word secular has been introduced by the 42nd Amendment Act in the preamble to the Constitution of the India, but India has been secular since its independence. There is no state religion. In matters of religion, the state is neutral and non-interfering. All are free to follow and practices their own religion. That is the meaning of secularism. Second features is single citizen. In India, there exists only one citizenship. An Indian citizen is a citizen of India only and not of any Indian state, as in case of America where dual citizenship exists. Lengthiest constitution. India constitution is the lengthiest one, comprising of 395 articles divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. Okay. Third is federal in form and unitary in essence. It has provided a unique system of government which is neither fully federal or unitary. It has the essential requisites of the federalism, such as written constitution, distribution of power between the center and the states, and the Supreme Court, but it has unitary in the sense that the central government exercises legislative, executive and financial control over the states. Parliamentary form of government. India has a parliamentary form of government where the head of the state at the president is a nominal one. The cabinet exercises the real executive power. Sixth is judicial review. India Indian Constitution as the provision of judicial review, which implies that the Supreme Court has the power to declare a law passed by the legislature as null and void if it inconsistent with the fundamental rights. Yes, if any law which violates the fundamental rights, it will be cancelled by Supreme Court. That means judicial review, पुनः उसे चेक करना एक तरीके से. Fundamental rights. The Constitution provides for fundamental rights to the citizens, which are safeguarded by the Supreme Court and the High Courts. Yes, it is the most important features of the Indian Constitution, that is fundamental rights. Some articles we have discussed here, that is Article 1, Part 1, which contains article from 1 to 4, that is the Union and its territories. Article 1st says that India, that is Bharat, is the union of states. A schedule first, all the states included in the first schedule. Three types of state are states, union territories, and third is ceded part of any and other countries, just like Sikkim, which are ceded in India. So three type of states, 28, UT 8, and ceded 1 or 2. Okay, Sikkim. Like Parliament has the right, Article 2, to cede a territory in India with the information to the President, just like Sikkim, 35th state, 16th May 1975, by 35th Amendment Act 1974. But 35th Amendment Act 1974, Sikkim is 27 states. Parliament can amend or change with the permission of the President to any state's name, boundaries and area, just like Berubari Union Case 1960, MP Chhattisgarh. 1st November 2000, Chhattisgarh is separated from MP. Uttarakhand, UP is separated from Uttarakhand. Okay, 9 November 2000, Bihar and Jharkhand separated 15 November 2000. So Article 3 says that Parliament can amend or change with the permission of President to any state's name, boundary and area. Okay. Article 4 states that 368 kept out of Article 3 and 4, means Article 368 as removed from Article, kept out of Article 3 and 4 by 50% vote of Lok Sabha, majority 273 out of 542. Schedule 1st and 4 also affected by this. President is restricted.